Enko in the chat. You're always the first one to show up, man. Second is always mellow lately. Do you think you will sneak in the one or the Infinity Edge game? If the games are playable, yeah, at least on the Smurf, I guess. But yeah, like somebody was commenting, I gotta do it differently on the last video. Yeah, go in Infinity Edge first or like after Profane is dumb as fuck, isn't it? Collector is probably way better. So it should be Profane into Collector into... and then Infinity Edge probably. Would give a more consistent damage build up and Collector more useful generally. Does it even still have that passive with bonus gold? That's an AP game. Unintentionally looking at my phone just at the time you start streaming. Mate, that's every stream, there is no way. I played one game off stream. Wasn't much of a game, but at least we won it. Something is so weird about being the wolf camp. My click on the last, it always goes on the small wolf. Always. Am I misclicking every single time I clear wolves or what? That is so bizarre, man. Wait, I don't have smite. What is this guy doing? Suddenly we're not being Q-sniped by fanboys and this is what the game looks like. But you know how it goes. When the game goes too well early game, it's a loss. We all know. We've seen, especially this past week. We've seen how these kind of games go. Oops, I'm stomping too hard. Game lost. That's usually how it goes. I would say that's a good first pack, it looks like it, but again, if you've seen anything about the games from this past week, you just never know what happens, man. I'm not even attacking, am I? Can you shut the fuck up, you fucking retard mid laner? Can you shut the fuck up, man? Non-stop pinging this fucking retard. And he's 0-2, you fucking ape, man. At least shut the fuck up and get carried. Fucking disgusting player. See, I'm tilting, I'm gonna lose it on my own. If this retard doesn't fucking run it anyway. Fucking disgusting fucking place. Ganking top, taking drops, taking dragon, doing my camps, and this retard is ping spamming me non-stop. How do people play with pings enabled, let alone ping audio enabled? With the retard players like this? How, dude? How fucking annoying is that? These players are genuinely too brain damaged to even get carried by a shaco like me. It's so fucking insane, man. Are you waiting for a bus, Lux? Are you waiting for a fucking bus, you fucking dumbass? And I'm thinking that's in the Fury coming, and yeah, of course, me relying on my teammates. Relying on my teammates to do anything in the fucking game, especially as a retarded mid laner. Yeah, what am I thinking, man? My bad. Team! Mid lane, my bad. Expecting you to be human, my bad. Fucking doing one useful thing so you don't fucking, at least you in the slightest deserve to get carried. Not even that, can't even do that, my bad. For expecting it. Can't even pick up a free kill, my bad. My bad, no Fury, my bad. Ping spam me more, please, you fucking retard. This guy's getting fucking flamed after the game, man. I don't give a fuck. Disgusting fucking player.
This will be fun. This will be fun.
Fucking creatures, man. Fucking creatures.
Just a little bit closer.
What, go when you literally have ultimate?
Here we go. Pass the torch. Now you go. March, 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 march.
Oh wow, then the Fury won a 1v1. Okay, it isn't completely worthless. At least now he's somewhat worthy of taking the win.
Joke's on you.
At least now I don't feel I started carrying him. He did one useful thing. Right back into giving the king another kill. Fucking ape. My bad, Neo Fury, for expecting you to be human, my bad. Had to instantly fuck it up again, the one fucking useful thing he did, my bad. You should ping spam me more, that will do it. Just to describe from how fucking worthless he is at the game. And how hard he's getting carried. Ping the shaker, you fucking retard. When I'm carrying this hard and my teammates fucking ping spam me like this, I would usually be running this after that. But because we've already had so many fucking losses today, I gotta win some games. it wasn't for that, I would be 100% running this ape down. So is this circle thing, does that just reveal enemy spot? Is that it, even when you're stealth? Is that why all these canes always know where I Q to when they go into the wall? It's because that circle follows you, right? It shows the direction even if you're stealth, even if they have no vision. I thought it's the direction the cane is looking at. That's so fucking bullshit, man. So Kane wall ability just indirectly reveals stealth. Closest enemy. That's so dumb that it shows that even if they have no vision, even if you're stealth, that is so bullshit, man. And I'm pretty sure, given what they've been doing to abilities lately, his ultimate now probably will reveal stealth too, fully. It's nice. Kena has become an even bigger counterplay to Shaco than what I thought.
Look behind you.
Even though he's easy to shit on. Yes.
Your guilt was clear. Redemption in the light!
He should lose vision. Oh yeah, he gets additional vision too, right? If anything, they should at least reveal Kane when he's in the wall. Wherever he is. At least let us have that. That is so bullshit. So he gets bonus vision in the wall, bonus movement speed, in some ways untargetable, out of range, out of vision. But he also reveals enemy spot with no vision. Amazing. That's so insanely dumb, man. Good flash. Yikes. Fucking yikes. I don't even want to waste my smites on these Dark Harvest procs because half the time they don't proc. The shit is bugged as fuck. Of course you will do that.
So anstrengend. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind...
Is that actually true, Anko? You were not lying? Player base went down by 20% since Vanguard? He's saying it too.
Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen.
Oh, that is so fucking true. Before anybody wanna say why the fuck I was flaming so much previous stream today. When I'm over there fucking being targeted by fanboys going 4-game loss streak, fucking disgusting game after disgusting game, to then on top of it have a bunch of retards in the chat say whatever fucking dumb shit. It's like, yeah, you're gonna get hit with the flame too. That is the fucking worst part of being a League streamer, man. Going through all these disgusting losses, targeted or not, and then your chat on top of it being on your balls, especially when you're a bigger streamer with more fucking dumbasses, probably even more annoying. But yeah, this is, dude, I felt this.
Söhne im Chat, die ganze zu geben und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank. Like, dann geh doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür.
Retweet. Lol, really, what, you dumbass? You're one of those people that perma-fucking say stupid shit and wanna join that fucking meme, those meme retards that gets on my fucking balls. So you will get flamed too when you fucking overdo that shit, always. That is so true. I gotta watch that again.
In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank. Like, dann geh doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du.
I see this with every League streamer, dude. I tune in and it's just a bunch of retards just flaming the streamer. And then when they're already going through a fucking disgusting loss streak and whatever, bad games, to be having that, it's like, dude. Half the time, people are trying to be funny in the chat, which often ends up being cringe. Half the time they're just being fucking retards or just some dumb fuck hate watcher that comes in. Which, I mean, again, all I'm saying is you can't blame me for flaming that when it happens. But if you don't want to play, if you don't want to be flamed, don't fucking act and type like a retard. It's funny when soy guys rage. See, you're exactly who he's calling out. Viewers like you is exactly who he's calling out.
In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank. Like, dann geh doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch.
Too real. Do you think I'm a hate watcher? No, you're a fan, but you're just a dumbass. That's the best way I can put it. I don't even mean to flame, but you're just... Again, we've been through this. I don't necessarily think you're a hate watcher. You pretend to be. You act like one, but I know you're just ultimately just a fan, like most people that pretend to be hate watchers. But you're also a dumbass. So like your stupidity often gets on my nerves. Can't go AD again because our comp is so amazing. And the other guy, bro is a fatherless troll who sees a father figure in me. That's why he's so obsessed. It's so obvious. It's such obvious fatherless behavior, and he sees a father figure in me. What else would explain this level of obsession for this retard to be making thousands of burner accounts on multiple platforms? For months, if not even more than a year by now.
Look behind you. The joke's on you. Here we go. This will be fun. Just a little bit closer.
Stampede.
Why am I attacking Rump?
Here we go. Now you see. Now you don't.
Okay, that's a one-way tax, you fucking retard.
Just a little bit closer.
Fucking ape. Why is nobody last setting that?
Just a little bit closer. Now you see me. Now you don't. The joke's on you.
Just such a useful comp, right? Every lane is so gankable. It's just so fun.
Here we go. The joke's on you. This will be fun. Just a little bit closer. Now you see me. Now you don't. March, 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 march.
Mate, I just cracked my back earlier and it felt so good, but it was so loud, it scared, it shocked, it scared, it shook me. It was such a nice crack too. They already gave the Sejuani to get 2 kills. This game is the spawn of the devil, man. These players are actual literal fucking creatures from hell. Like there is no fucking way, man.
This will be
0-3 top lane already. Like that's a subhuman. That is a subhuman. And it sleeps on the gank. That is a subhuman.
just a
Disgusting stuff. Fucking disgusting.
The joke's on you.
Gift of radiance. I will not be defeated. A gift from the foe. Chaos rejects death.
Look behind you.
I gotta watch this again, it's too good.
In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch
That's
am
actually
Smurfen.
true,
Und ich
dude.
bin der
That's so
Letzte,
crazy.
der versucht zu
20%.
tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne
Where's-
im Chat,
where's
die
that?
die ganze
Like, where's
Zeit einem
the
auf die
source
Nüsse
for
gehen.
that? Anchor,
Genau
can
wie
you link
du.
us in?
Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Du Mate,
mean,
dann
it's not
verpiss dich
surprising,
doch. Was
but
soll ich denn
still.
machen? Das ist so krank. Like, dann geht doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so
I won the game
anstrengend
for
zu
these
spielen.
retards and at the end of the
Streamer
day I
fallen
still have to
wie die
play
Fliegen.
1D
20%
fucking
weniger
screen, huh?
Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind
Taking
nur noch am
every
Smurfen.
objective and
Und
it's
ich
still
bin
not
der
fucking
Letzte,
enough.
der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf
Look
die
at
Nüsse
the
gehen. Genau wie du. Like,
I mean,
dann
these are the
verpiss
subhumans that I'm catering. These are the fucking subhumans that I'm tryharding for.
See my
Fucking disgusting, man. You're not master pick? Oh, that's about this season. We barely picked master this season. Yeah, I mean, I could put the full title in there, multi-season challenger peak. Or that's just referring to the season. Actually, yeah, I should put that into the fucking title. I guess. Nah, it's actually no one. We're just referring to this season, man. That's not a Gurren, that's no way for you.
A little bit closer. The joke's on you. Just a little bit closer. Now you see. Now you don't.
No Dark Harvest stack, okay. 8 kill participation, 7 stacks, amazing. That makes Dark Harvest so fucking bad. Like, dude, every kill participation should give a stack. It's dumb as fuck.
The joke's on you.
They sound alike too much because they both have German accent, I would assume. Oh, Paul, wait, he was talking in German. Wait, never mind. Wait, when you grow up being bilingual since age 1, all the different languages just feel like one language, because that's how you ultimately become bilingual. When you switch, that's the funniest part. When you talk to someone who might know 2 languages, so you speak to them flip-flopping between the 2 languages, because it's just so intertwined in a way in your mind. It's like you take it as one language collectively. Didn't even realize he was speaking German. Speaking German with German accent. I also grew up bilingual, not really, except I'm quadlingual, not even just bilingual. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's... You're saying you don't flip-flop between different languages when you speak to people? Because when you, in your mind it's all just one language ultimately. Same for my nephews and nieces. When they have like friends coming over that speak a certain language, they just automatically switch to that language, not really making much of it, not really considering it a different language. It's just, oh yeah, these people we speak this, these people we speak this. It's just, but you don't necessarily consider it different languages, especially at that age. Do you count English in quadlingual? You do know English is my 4th language. I use German words when I don't know the Aramaic one. Exactly. You fill in the gaps of for other languages, not because you might not know it, but because that language might not even have the words you're looking for. You have the American English subsidized German words all the time because you don't have a fitting word for what you're trying to describe. When you're in your mind, it's just like it's all just seen as one language. Useful skills. What a skilled player. What a skilled player. He got us 2-5 with that amazing gameplay. Fucking like disgusting fucking game. Like, dude, this is every issue with this game, man. These people will play champions where they just have to press a button and that's still, they're still so fucking bad at it. They still run it. He's 2-5 after that. And all you had to do was press R. Disgusting fucking game. Your native language is Turkish, Kurdish, yes, Kurdish first. Hi, all from Kuwait here. How you doing, mate? English doesn't really count. You didn't learn it at age 1 to 3. What? What does that mean? I'm just saying generally when you grow up with multiple languages in your mind, especially at a younger age, it's just you see it all as one language because it all merges. What am I playing, man? What the fuck am I playing, dude? I just love being 1v5 every fucking game. Look, I'm not even getting any heal. I'm not even getting healed. I'm not even getting fucking healed, man. Dude, there's something in my throat. Fun game. It's a fun game. We don't join the drinking fight. I know we do this. Please, Allah, please. Trump, if you can hear me. Please, Allah, please. Jesus Christ, if you can hear me. Please, please. Cthulhu, if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please. Baphomet, or however you pronounce that. Baphomet, if you can hear me, please. Please. One Punch Man, if you can hear me, please. Smash these people in the face, please. Please! Kim Jong-un, if you can hear me, please. Please do something with these players, please. Please nuke these players, Kim Jong-un, if you can hear me, please nuke them. Please. Michael Jackson, if you can hear me, please. Please do something, man. Dude, these games are just not fun. It's not fun dealing with 4 retards every game. It's not fucking fun. Nobody's playing. It's not fun. Bruce Lee, please. Please do something. Alex Jones, if you can hear me, please. At least I mean, if you're gonna win your game, like, whatever. But man, are these people creatures? Like, even when I carry them this hard, it's just I'm perma 1v5. I can't do shit. Just the most unfun games.
Joke's on you!
A gift from the failure.
Like, do you see what I mean? Why would the Renekton be there? Why? For what reason? And like, this is your bot lane and there's a... Why? Chuck Norris, if you can hear me, please, Roundhouse, kick these people into oblivion, please. Give them the death stare, please. Elon Musk, if you can hear me, please send these people to Mars, please.
Here we go.
Mark Merrill, aka Trindimer, if you can hear me, please, please delete systems 30, what is it? 32? System 32, but yeah, delete entire league from Riot service, please. Delete league, please. It's the only solution. And then we all just pretend like this game never happened, please. Just delete league. If this guy doesn't teleport, I will lose my fucking mind. Not that I need him. What a retarded ass fucking game, man. Every game is a torture. It really is just torture. Alright, that's all there is. This top lane was barely human. This mid lane was disgusting subhuman. And you see how I'm playing, you see how I'm performing. These games should not feel this way, man. These games should not be such a struggle, not even one bit, given how I'm playing them. It's so disgusting. Watch a sneaky video at a sneaker video. At this point, watching the sneaker moist critical debate is less cancer than fucking and playing this cancerous game. Why not? Let's fucking watch that. Cleanse the mind a bit. Cleanse the mind with a sneaky debate video. Sneaker. The game is so cancerous to the point that a sneaker debate video seems more fun, man. That's where we're at with this fucking season. Where's the debate video? Don't tell me it's on Twitter. It's gonna get copyrighted again, isn't it?
It's important to talk to.
So where is the fucking debate video? Oh, here we go. As soon as a rumble.
My definition is anything under 18. If you're going to be comfortable, like, hooking up with a 16-year-old? Like, just because it's legal there, would that make you feel comfortable?
No, I don't hook up anymore. I'm not saying that you do, but I'm saying if you were, you know, single and looking for someone, would you feel comfortable with it being a 16-year-old if it's in Europe versus US? I wouldn't do that. Like, I would not have sex before. I think sex, like, out of wedlock altogether is something that we should not encourage anymore. And having the age of consent, having that idea encourages people to have premarital sex, right? Just that term, age of consent, means you're consenting to something that we shouldn't be doing. So no, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that.
Okay, so then instead of let's take it away from, like, premarital sex. Would you feel comfortable marrying a 16-year-old? Like, would you meet a 16-year-old with romantic intent if you're in Europe and maybe marry a 16-year-old?
I
Nothing
wouldn't.
sexual.
I probably wouldn't personally, because I don't think that I'd be on the same mental playing field. I like to have intellectual conversations. I like to be with women that are around my same age, because then I can have conversations. I like to relate to them. You know, I think there'd be too much of a gap. But other people, like, if they're able to get along, then I don't see why that's so much of a problem.
But why don't you see that as a problem? So for you, you're recognizing like this person's much
This
younger
debate
than
goes
me.
on for
It's-
2 hours.
It is a kid. Like you are talking to.
Okay, so let's
at
define
best,
these
like a
terms. Let's
sophomore in high school.
before we even get into let's define these terms before we even get into this conversation. What is a child?
I would use the age of consent. Under 18 would be a kid in my eyes.
So a 17-year-old who's 364 days, that's a kid?
Yep, I'm gonna use very hard set terms. If it is under 18, even if it's 17, 364, that's still a kid.
That's a kid. Okay, so right now
I think it's important to have these hard lines in the sand where it doesn't have this kind of wiggle room.
Okay, why does that define kid?
As I said earlier, at 18, at that point, you're going out of high school, you're going to college, you're living on your own, you're no longer, a child under your parents' roof, for the most part, extenuating circumstances, of course. But at that age, you are starting to become independent. You are no longer just in your parents' household a kid. You are now going off into the world on your own.
You do admit that varies for most people, right? A lot of people don't move out of their parents' homes until they're 25, 26, 27. A lot of people don't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
A lot of people graduate high
whole,
school 16. A lot of people graduate high school 20. It's a huge variable. So to set that in stone is that this is when you're a kid and this is you're an adult, that doesn't apply to most people. So why would you define a kid and an adult if it doesn't apply to most people?
Because it needs to be defined. Otherwise, you can get into this really gray area where you, like a lot of the things you say, can be misconstrued as you wanting to have sex with a 15, 16-year-old.
Who construed that?
A lot of people, because, I mean,
I don't
in
think
your
anybody
clips
thinks
that
that.
I played in the video, you were
no
saying
way.
like the age of maturity, the age of development, and then you use 16 and 17 in that clip.
So
like, for the age of marriage.
The definition of an adult is 18 years old.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fine establishment right there. Anything under 18 would classify as a kid. I think that's important.
Okay, but you're getting that from what? From personal experience, from the government, from the law? Because that's legally in America, that's when you become an adult, correct?
Yeah, legally.
So you're following the government's definition of an adult.
I think there needs to be a definition, and that one's been around for a long time, and I think that's the one most people accept as the closest to, like, yeah, this is when you become an adult.
It actually hasn't, right? 200 years ago in the 1800s in America, the age of marriage...
Yeah, we can't live like that. We're so much more advanced than that. Why would we play by those rules? Because at that point, are you going to start arguing that we should be able to start wedding 12-year-olds? Like, is 12 too young?
That's not the point. I'm saying, you're saying that the U.S. defined adult as 18. Well, I'm saying 200 years ago, the age of marriage in America was 10 and the UK was 7. Right? So if the government decides to change it, you're saying it's 18. If the government, maybe if Kamala Harris gets elected, then the ago, the age of marriage in America was 10 and the UK was 7.
7? When was that?
Right, so if the government decides to change it, you're saying it's
10
18.
and 7.
If the government, maybe if Kamala Harris gets elected, then the new legal age of an adult is 25. And there could be reasons to say that. They graduated college, they don't leave the house until this age. Their brains don't develop until they're 25. Your frontal cortex is not fully developed until you're 25 years old. A lot of people aren't making serious money. They're not able to live independently. A lot of things that you could use to classify an adult don't happen for the new age American until 25 years old. So if Kamala Harris raised it to 25, would you then say that that's the new age? Would you agree with that?
I think that'd be totally understandable. Like,
Right.
I think
So
that's
does
fine.
that? So
Like,
then does
if
that
you-
make?
if you
So then does that make anybody who sleeps with an under 25-year-old? Does that now make them a pedophile?
No, I don't think necessarily that makes them a retroactive pedophile.
So
by
so
any
then what's a
means,
pedophile?
But it's an accepted definition of 18 for a long time. Is
Not for
the
that
agreed
long.
upon.
Not for that long, and not through most states, and not through most countries across the world.
Do you see why this is like a weird take to have though? Like I don't think you're coming at this from a place of you wanting to fuck a 15-year-old, are you? Like to go back to that question, is 12 too young? Do you think 12 is too young?
I think 12 is too young for me. Yes.
Well, for you, do you think 12 is too young in general? I feel like that should be an easy answer.
12 is too young in general, correct? Because,
Okay.
Yes.
And I don't
But
think you're
I want
coming
to.
at
I
this
want to
from that
define.
angle.
But what you're saying, your definition of adult, is not even the actual definition. Do you know what the definition of child is? Like anybody watching this can Google it. You can Google it too. The definition of child is somebody who has not reached puberty yet. That's the definition.
Yeah, and then you get into like the abibophile or whatever as opposed to pedophile, and those are all. Like
I don't know.
very
I have no idea what those terms are. I don't know what that is, but I'm saying that's the actual definition. When somebody reaches maturity, it's based off of biological and physical maturity.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
So
right
so
now,
so it varies for everybody. Adulthood is not something that you can set in stone because it's different for the entire world. Right? I moved out when I was 14. A lot of people don't move out until they're 25. I went through puberty when I was 17. A lot of people went through puberty when they were 13, 14, 15. It changes for everybody. So for you to say that this is the set in stone age and say you're a pedophile if it's under 18, and then if you're over 18, you're fine. Well, then that's a weird line that doesn't make sense. So you're going to say this person is a terrible person if they're 17 years old, 364 days, and right after that, they're good to go. Well, it changes for everybody. So we have to have something, a definition. We have to be realistic with everybody. Well, we don't. But you're saying we, but that's not even the case in the country we live in.
We have to have a definition. Okay, what is the definition supposed to be based off of? Their age, or whenever they hit puberty, or whenever you think that, or they're mature and adult enough. Like, yeah, the definition is age at 18. So why even argue about puberty, this and that, or what a child ultimately is, when he's pretty much setting it in stone and saying, yeah, age 18. That's where you draw the line. So why is even, but he's still arguing about it and coming up with fucking, yeah, but UK used to be fucking, for, what is it, for marriage in UK used to be 7. Why does that even matter? Like, he's clearly trying to make a consensus that the definition of this to set it in stone is age 18. So what does puberty and whatever he's saying even matter in that?
Want the age of consent to be lowered, why are you making arguments that the same people who do make? Right now what you're saying is kind of what Nambla used to say, if you're familiar with Nambla.
He's arguing against himself. Like, I've already seen the one clip of Moist critical about the trans stuff where he's like, oh yeah, a child should be allowed to make that decision of whatever. Like, yeah, that is a bad fucking take. Of course I would agree with that reason. It's like, yeah, you should not be fucking allowing anyone, let alone somebody who's still of legal age, to let them do a not just life-changing decision, but an irreversible decision. That is fucked. Yeah, we should, if a child chooses to be trans, we should give them, what is it, puberty blocker, whatever, or worse yet, to surgery treatment. That is such a bad take. In the US, they don't even allow them to drink till age, what is it, 21? Irreversible, just like going trans. That was literally my argument. Yes, that is something that's irreversible when you involve surgery and all that. At best, at age 18, maybe you let them make their own decision, but to say that before that is a terrible take, man. Meanwhile, Sneeko is trying to go all nihilistic on age of consent and try to make an argument from both sides about how ultimately age doesn't matter, is what he's trying to say. Which is also just as insane. I think it's PDF behavior to encourage them to do it before 18. No, the real PDF behavior would be sneakeriness. Fuck are you saying? Bro was excited about the movie Cuties. What are you saying? publicly making videos about how good Cuties was. Not that I would watch it like that. But yeah, that is, I guess, that one bad take that I saw from Moistem in that clip is that part about allowing a child to do trans surgery, or how you call it. I mean, as a parent, your ultimate goal is to protect your children. Not just from danger in any way, but also from making bad decisions. Let alone life-changing decisions, irreversible decisions, right? And that would be, yeah, that would be that. So yeah, I wouldn't fully agree with that either. It's more than innocent, it's a reckless behavior to be allowing that. Again, you're doing the service to the child itself to allow them to make such a decision. Most people don't even know what they want to study or what career path they want to go for, but we want to allow them to chop off their dicks or tits or whatever. It's like, what? Again, is going trans ultimately a choice? Or what is it? Like, what is the argument here? Especially from the left people. What even... Again, this is the kind of topic where I would have a lot of nuances about and not necessarily just agree with everything, as much as I would want to be open-minded about it. And ultimately say it's your life, your body, your choice. That is when you're really in a state of making a choice like that. At a proper age, not as a child. And then if they regret it, and then what? Like, that's reckless, irresponsible as fuck. Can I just do my fucking dragon in peace, man? Every time when I try to do dragons, these retards will start fighting. Every fucking game, man. And then they fucking ignore this shit. Like, can I get some fucking help on it? These are the kind of views that I would see as far leftist takes that I clearly would not agree with.
Suppressing fire.
At best, you might allow them to do hormone therapy, at best. Not some fucking irreversible surgery. Before they're even fully developed. But then the argument is that, oh yeah, but for a proper transitioning, you gotta start early, right? So that's the argument. Which, again, I don't fully fucking sign into or agree with. Or buy into, I guess. Dude, Enko, since when are you such a fucking staunch right-winger, man? What? Nah, I gotta see what this Enko guy sounds like now. After realizing Axton is also a fucking right-winger and he sounds like a Giga Chad, I'm like, what? Because he was acting like even a bigger soy boy than you, even though, of course, like, the Sultan just fucking a troll anyway. So I could have expected that, but still. Since when are you such a diehard right-winger, man? I mean, credit to you that all this time you've stood out of it. These kind of fucking dumbass topics. But now I don't know what your views really are. Do you see yourself as a right-winger anchor, or do you see yourself more as a centrist? I love being 1v5 every game. Now that when you're supposed to fight, this is what you do, you fucking retard. You disgusting fucking players, man. Now that they're supposed to fight, they're AFKing on the tower, you disgusting fucking shit stain. Fucking subhuman. Every fucking game is a disgusting mess. It's so fucking unplayable, man. I see myself as a Christian conservative. Actually? What the fuck? What? Wait. This Ash needs the fucking fist in the fucking face, man. Look how she always ignores the drinks to you sub-fucking human, you disgusting fucking creature. Like how disgusting are these players? Listening to Sneeko is more enjoyable than this cancerous shit. Dude, can we please save League? Can we please make League great again? Please. subhuman.
The joke's on you. Two. Four. Here we go. This will be fun. Now you see. Now you don't.
Look at this retard, man. Look at him.
So brave, so foolish, so dead.
Return to Stardust.
March, 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 march. Look behind you.
In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank.
Verpiss dich.
Like, dann geht doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen.
Yeah, the subhuman is not
20%
running it
weniger
down straight up. He's
Spieleranzahl.
not literally
Like, alle
running
sind
it
nur
down,
noch
by
am
the way.
Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der
Literally.
versucht zu tryharden
He's
und
not
Gas zu
running
geben.
it.
Und dann sind nur noch
Sub-fucking-human.
Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate,
Ash
dann
needs a
verpiss dich
fucking
doch.
punch in
Was
the
soll ich denn
face, man.
machen?
Same
Das
with this
ist so
fucking
krank.
creature.
Like, dann geht doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank. Like, dann geht doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich
What
doch.
is he trying to call him here, Dupo?
Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist
What
so
is he trying
krank.
to say there?
Like, dann geh
He
doch.
was about to
Ich
just
kann doch
go
auch
hard
nichts
at the guy
dafür.
claim him, but then he kind of took it back.
In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank. Like, dann geh doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank. Like, dann geh doch.
I'm just
Ich kann
surrounded
doch
by
auch nichts
subhumans
dafür.
every game.
In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die
Do
Nüsse
you see how
gehen.
the,
Genau wie
the
du.
clip, what
Like,
he's
dann
saying,
verpiss dich
if you
doch, Chapo.
understand German, do you
Mate,
see what he's
dann
saying,
verpiss dich
how it
doch.
aligns
Was soll ich
with
denn
my
machen?
gameplay always,
Das ist so krank. Like, dann geh
in
doch.
real time?
Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so
Okay,
anstrengend zu
stop, human.
spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank. Like, dann geh doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöhne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank.
I mean, the whole clip is so
Like,
well
dann
said,
geh
but
doch.
that part always
Ich
makes
kann
me
doch
laugh.
auch nichts dafür. In letzter Zeit der Stream leider oft toxisch. Ja, weil ihr Wichser seid. Das Game ist so anstrengend zu spielen. Streamer fallen wie die Fliegen. 20% weniger Spieleranzahl. Like, alle sind nur noch am Smurfen. Und ich bin der Letzte, der versucht zu tryharden und Gas zu geben. Und dann sind nur noch Hurensöne im Chat, die die ganze Zeit einem auf die Nüsse gehen. Genau wie du. Like, dann verpiss dich doch, Chapo. Mate, dann verpiss dich doch. Was soll ich denn machen? Das ist so krank. Like, dann geh doch. Ich kann doch auch nichts dafür.
That's too good, man. Isn't him and Gurren some of the like most positivity maxing German streamers? And for them to be losing it this hard over the game, it's like It's not the season's fault either. It's not like, oh, season 14 bad season like previous seasons. No, gameplay wise, it has been good changes mostly. Gameplay wise, it has been good. It's just solo queue wise, matchmaking wise, player wise, it's too fucked. And Vanguard fucked a lot of shit up too in terms of 20% players gone. In terms of stability of the game is completely out of the window. Stability and playability with all the lag that it's caused. But gameplay wise, it's been good changes, so like, let's make that distinction. It's not that season 14 has been a bad season per se. But solo queue is complete fucking worthless trash. Which is why all these streamers lose their minds or just straight up quit. Stop playing the game. Solo queue is just fucking worthless in this state. I mean, you see every game, man. No matter how clean I play, every game subhumans running it. Every fucking game. I hope this Ash has something amazing happen to him in his life. I hope this Ash has something really fucking the best happen to him. With how blatantly he's perma running the game. I really hope just the best happens to this Ash. Just the best. I truly mean it. I truly fucking mean it. I just hope this Ash has just the bestest of the best happen to him in his life. For his entire life. Just every day he wakes up and he just has amazing news after amazing news. I just wish the best for this reject. I truly hope this Ash has an amazing fucking life, man. I mean, another thing is the broken ass report ban system, which it's always been. Is like this retard, both of these retards, like half my teammates all these games, should be straight up banned. But they don't. They never get banned, that's also the problem, and even then, even if they get banned, permaban is not the solution either. That doesn't fix the game long term either, or the state of solo queue, or these disgusting players. They will make a new account, repeat the same shit. It's been like that for every season. Permabanning ultimately just makes the players, the game as a whole, more toxic anyway. So that's not a solution either. Maybe there is no solution to it ultimately. But if we're gonna do that, if we're still gonna be permabanning people, this is the kind of shit that should get permabanned, but these are the kind of players that rarely or never get permabanned. And I have to carry these fucking retards and give them LP, man. It's so fucking disgusting. Fucking worthless. Wait, how long is this? What did they do to Kane range, man? Why is it so long now? Is that his Q? Why is his Q so fucking big, man? Did they buff it? His Q definitely didn't used to be like this. There's no way. Yeah, I wish the best for his Ash in his life. I wish him the best. I hope this creature has an amazing life.
Too slow.
This will be fun.
Fucking worthless creatures.
What this is.
NAMBLA was the North American Man Boy Lover Association. They were
Right,
a
because
pedophile
these people don't want, they want to have sex to take advantage, and they don't abide by the rules of marriage. They don't have any sort of morality. They just want to have. I'm arguing for this because I believe in marriage. Sex should only be within wedlock. That's why I'm talking about this.
So then why, if you're arguing, we can take sex out of it. Why, when you're arguing for marriage, do you want it to drop? Like, okay, 16.
When did I say? Just because I don't believe in the age of consent does not mean that I want it to drop. Like, see, that's where the internet can go apply that. Just because I'm saying.
Well, no.
No. Because you're saying the definition of an adult is 18. I'm saying that's an arbitrary number, and that makes no sense. We should encourage marriage when people reach maturity. That makes much more logical sense.
That's even more vague, though. But also, you directly.
It's vague because it's different for everybody.
When someone can legally drive, they should be able to legally marry. You did say that to me.
Right. When somebody is legally ready to drive, the same thing. I think adults should drive cars. That's why I told you that.
Yeah, but 15 and 16-year-olds can drive cars. You said when someone can legally drive
across the world,
they should
15 and
legally
16-year-olds can have sex too. I think that people should not operate. But see, you keep thinking that I'm saying this because I want the age to be lowered. That's not what I'm talking about at all.
That's what it comes across as, though. When you
maybe with the internet brain, because people in the West, they want to have sex all the time, and they have a different sort of mindset. Right here in the Middle East, I'm in the Middle East right now. They want to get married and then have sex. So people, just because I'm saying this does not mean automatically lower. No. That's not the case at all. I want to ask you then, because you're insinuating that it sounds creepy and that I sound like a pedophile. What's the definition of pedophile?
It is an adult who is attracted.
Being excited over the movie Cuties is being a PDF.
To children.
Yeah, it comes from the Greek word pedo means child, and phile means love. So somebody who loves a child.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
An adult who is attracted to a child.
To a child, somebody who has not reached physical maturity.
Yes.
That's the definition of child. Somebody who hasn't reached physical maturity. It has nothing to do with 18. The definition of the word talks about physical maturity, not the U.S. government definition that you're basing it off of.
But there needs to be an agreed upon place. Otherwise, you get into this area. Again, you said when you can legally drive, you should be able to legally marry.
Right.
We don't have to talk about sex. Do you think it's okay to be marrying a 15 or 16-year-old? Probably not, right? Like I would imagine, probably not.
It depends. So this is where the age of consent becomes arbitrary. I don't even believe like that. Consent is a weird thing to even speak about, but it should be the father. Right. If I want to marry,
consent is a weird thing to speak about. What? When it comes to the decisions people make, and to decisions like marriage, consent is a weird thing to talk about. What is he saying?
Consent becomes arbitrary.
It should be about
I don't even believe like
that make the decision.
consent is a weird thing to even speak about.
Bro is living in medieval times. What is he saying?
It should be the father, right? If I want to marry a girl, I shouldn't even just get consent from her. I should get consent from her parents. She should want to say yes. Her parents should want to say yes. That's consent from the family, and then you get married. That's the Islamic way. That's the only way that makes sense. This American way of this girl wants to have sex now, she gave consent, and then you get all these false allegations like, oh, she was drunk, oh, she took it back, oh, she retracted consent. All this stuff, like there's not even a specific way that we can define consent. What is consent? Some people say it's yes. Some people say it's like nonverbal communication. Some people say that it doesn't count because she was under the influence or she was intimidated.
This shit gives me less headache than a game of League. It really does. This kind of garbage is still better than fucking that game, for example.
Even this is an arbitrary, is a weird way to define when you're allowed to be in a relationship.
But what is he saying?
You're kind of talking around it, though. Those are all very different things. Like I said, we don't have to be talking about sex. I was talking about marriage. The question was, do you think, and you said when you are legally able to drive, you should be able to legally marry. Do you think it is okay for an adult to legally marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
Okay, well, by my logic, if the man is physically mature, if he's went through puberty and he's mentally ready at the age of 16, he's an adult. If he wants to get married to another girl who becomes a woman,
I just said an adult. Is it okay for an adult?
Right, and I established, but we haven't even established exactly what an adult. So if somebody goes through puberty and they're physically ready, they're biologically ready, they're an adult. So the two 16-year-olds can be considered adults by my logic.
We're not talking about two.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about an adult.
That is an adult.
You're arguing it.
What I'm saying is that so then what is an adult now?
Okay. We'll use your age. Someone who is 25. Is it okay for someone who is in their 20s to marry a 15 or 16-year-old? And let me explain, when you're doing your arguments, it's coming from an adult. I've never heard you say, like, two teenagers should be able to marry. Like, I haven't heard that with these takes. I'm talking about someone in your position in the 20s. Is it okay for you to marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
But teenager, even bringing up this term that has nothing to do with child and adult. So there's two phases. You're a child, and then you physically mature.
I don't know why you can't just
your
answer
body
that
becomes.
directly.
I'm saying the difference between a child and adult is when you're physically and when you're biologically, when you're mentally ready to have kids. That's the teenager is not even. So you added another term in this. It goes child and then adult. You mature, and then you're physically ready.
Well, I didn't add it. You brought in two 16-year-olds. We were talking about an adult and a 15 or 16-year-old. I was not the one that brought this into the equation.
Right. If it's illegal,
So,
if it's illegal, because we believe in Islam, we believe that we should obey the law of the land. If that's illegal,
Okay.
if that's not
law
permissible,
of
then
the
we don't do
land.
it. We don't break the law.
But we're not. I'm talking about your personal
The law
beliefs.
of the land.
Do you think someone in their
God.
20s should be able to marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
What is the law of the land?
To someone in their 20s should be, I mean, I personally wouldn't do it. I don't know many people who would do it. The maturity for people in the teenagers in the West is getting much worse, but there are
We're talking globally. Let's just talk globally. Like, do you think it is okay for, and I'm not talking about just you specifically anymore, anyone. Do you think it's okay for anyone in their 20s, an adult, to marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
A 21-year-old, if there was a marriage where the father consented and the daughter consented, and it was both good on both families and they wanted to do it, why am I going to get involved? Why should we get the government involved?
Well,
Why would I tell them if everybody's consenting, if everybody's okay with it, if the parents are okay with it, if nobody's being harmed, if it's going to be okay, if they're both abiding by the rules and they're not hurting each other, why not?
But they're still, like, they're at best a sophomore in high school. They can't consent to something like that. Like, do you think a
Okay, so now it's
16-year-old can
sophomore in
consent to
high
something
school
like that?
versus senior in high school. What's the difference? Like, what's the difference
I'm
maturity-wise?
just saying, like, I'm giving you a perspective on where that age would be in life. Like, they can't consent to something like that.
That's probably
I guess.
you're bringing up an outlier that's probably not going to happen as much. I'm saying that these are arbitrary reasons to say, like, a sophomore versus a senior in high school. How much different were you really maturity wise? It wasn't that much of a difference. The reason that you keep saying 18 is because in California, where they post Hollywood movies, it's 18. And so everybody across the world, this is the standard that we believe in. This is the correct age, exactly on the dot. And if it's anything under that, are you going to say here that if a 21-year-old got married to a 17-year-old who was almost 18, is that 21-year-old a pedophile?
I would say that that is a morally bad thing to do for sure.
Not
You
morally
could've just
bad. Not
waited.
morally bad. Is that?
I wouldn't call it. No, I wouldn't call them a pedophile.
So when
I
does
would call
somebody? So
that
when does
someone
somebody
that has
become
made
when does somebody become a pedophile?
I would say when you have this position, you are.
You're
in
not
your
answering the
20s,
question.
And you are. I'm explaining it.
Okay.
When you are in your 20s and you start preying upon someone who is still a child, a 15, 16, 14, anything under 18, a 21 and a 17-year-old.
But you still haven't specifically defined what a child is.
I did.
So then why? Okay, there you go. So if pedophile is love of children, and your definition of adult starts at 18, if the 21-year-old marries a 17-year-old who's turning 18 tomorrow, he is a pedophile based off your definition.
As I said, if he would wait, he would not be. Then yeah.
Well, not wait. Based off your
play ball with
definition, that person's
in that
a
position. There is no reason to not wait for the legally established, agreed upon definition of when you stop being a child.
Okay, so now we get into the question of whether the pedophile thing, is that a moral answer or a legal answer? Because it seems like morally, it's pretty much, okay, it's almost there. That morally, that's not a pedophile. Legally, it is. But those are two different things.
But they don't need to be. They can coexist. You recognize that, right?
No.
Like,
then that's when you muddy up morality with the law. Now you're allowing the government to determine morality, and that's where things get muddied up. Because if they changed it with like they did before, like 200 years ago in the 1800s when it was the age of 10, that was fine. Legally back then, they were not a pedophile. Today, legally, they are a pedophile. There's no consistency there.
But
You
we
can't
had-
allow
there
the
is.
You
We
can't
have-
allow
There
the
is no
government to determine
consistency.
morality because it
1,000
changes
years
all the
ago, it
time.
was different.
Tomorrow,
There
if
is
the
no
U.S. government
what does this
legalized
say?
bestiality, if the government legalized incest, based off your logic, there'd be no reason why that's wrong. Can I ask you, Moise, do you think that incest is wrong?
Yes.
Why is incest wrong?
There is under no circumstances any excuse for anyone of the same bloodline to be romantic.
Wait, what is this? What is this shit first?
Just a little bit closer.
Well, 1,000 years ago they had other laws in it, so it doesn't matter. Like, what is this argument?
This will be fun. Look behind you.
Government is slavery, your mom is slavery. Without governments, there wouldn't even be passports. So you're for globalism? You don't want governments, in other words, you don't want nationalities and country borders. You want the whole world to be one, with no passports, no borders. Is that what you're saying?
The joke's on you.
Sounds like a bunch of Chris Tysons in here. It is, dude. These are a bunch of supposed right-wingers that wanna make an argument for being PDF and try to normalize it. Make of that what you want. So much about right-wing people saying, oh yeah, it's the LGBT people that come off the children. Meanwhile, it's mostly by far right-wingers that not only get outed as PDF, but always make the argument for such thing to, you know, to normalize. Kind of funny. I mean, for all those years, Trump and people like that would, maybe not Trump specifically, but Trump followers, QAnon and stuff, would tell you, oh, entire Hollywood is PDFs. Meanwhile, Trump himself on TV says how much he would love to date his own daughter. And there was accusations and allegations against him of PDF stuff, not to mention the Epstein stuff connections. So yeah, it's kind of funny, isn't it? I mean, look at this Dr. Disrespect situation in itself. He was also one of the ones that would always say, leave the kids alone to the LGBT people, and then gets outed as trying to sleep with a 17-year-old. It always comes down to projection, man. Ultimately, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. Anybody can be a good or shit human. It's never that simple, man. You just never know. And people always try to overgeneralize and categorize people into one thing or another. And be like, oh, it's all these people, it's all that people, but it's never that simple. And even given what I just said about right-wingers being always outed as PDF, doesn't mean that's every right-winger, obviously. But you get the point. Oh, for once a game with no headache? Nobody running it for once? After what, the 6th game today? We get to have a game where nobody's running it? Bang. Mental illness. You do know being racist is also a form of mental illness. You do know that. Being highly phobic of anything that isn't ultimately gonna kill you, let alone harm you, is a form of mental illness, let alone being phobic of something that's just different. That is also a form of mental illness. You do know that. Racism is a form of mental illness. Yeah, I just told you I don't agree with the whole trans topic either. I told you, I've said many times for a while that I have my nuanced takes about that. There is many things about the trans topic that I probably wouldn't necessarily fully agree with. But that doesn't mean I'm against it, let alone phobic of it either, or transphobic, homophobic and that. Ultimately, let people live how they wanna live, man.
Now you see. Now you don't.
As long as you're not harming anyone or having the intention to, I don't give a fuck what you do. Phobic means irrational fear. Exactly. Irrationality is a mental illness. Exactly. Being overly irrational about stuff is a form of mental illness, yes. I mean, irrational in itself means to be, you know, the opposite of being rational. In other words, being illogical, not making sense, being detached from reality or some other shit, overly cynical, all that. Form of mental illness. It goes all the way into schizophrenia and whatnot. It all correlates. So no shit, a lot of the far-right people that especially you see in politics and stuff on TV, they all look psychotic as fuck. Have you seen far right-wingers on social media and stuff? Especially when they have a... when they post media, they're just psychotic, man. What they say, how they look. A lot of times you see it in their eyes. So yeah, if we're gonna make the argument that far leftists are mentally ill, far right-wingers are too, if not even way more. Way further gone. Oh, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that clip of... Did I retweet it yesterday? Of this Israeli couple? It's so fucking weird, but that's the kind of psychotic that I'm talking about, right? They're like, what is it? Is it Olympics? This guy in a Brazil tricot uniform on camera speaking about whatever football match, Israel against whatever team, what he said. And he's like, Israel wasn't bad, but the other team is gonna beat them in the second round or whatever. And there's Israeli couple behind them being all threatening and just fucking, you can't see how they're being psychotic and don't even fucking aren't even fully there. And they're like, no politics, Israel, no politics, just threatening. And then the guy just starts going free Palestine. Now, did you guys see that? It's so hilarious. Just the perfect reaction from the guy. That is easily gonna be the clip of 2014, man. It's so good. It's already so iconic. Because their eyes are so beautiful, mate. Have you... What a read. I mean, look at people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Just look at her. Psychotic. You see it in the eyes. Jewish space lasers, she says. Mate. So yeah, the real psychos will always be on the far right political spectrum, way more than on the far left. It's always been historically.
This will be fun.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is from my state. Is she? Is she running your state or whatever her job is or her title? Rip. What state was it even? It's an embarrassment, I can imagine, man. Boy, can you agree how much of a just psychopath there is? And how many of such people there are on the far right? Especially in the US. So many psychopaths on the far right. Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to go to crit build. She's just in Congress. Don't Congress people have also some influence over the state? In terms of laws and stuff? Why does the Herald charge this far back? What is that? Is it because I'm sitting in such a weird position in an angle that all these things seem like from a bigger range than what they should be? Like the K and Q and whatnot? Did I not get that? Look at this worthless Jax. You're fucking worthless. Creature. What a fucking creature. Listen to the Baron, you fucking retard. Listen. That is worthless build. You disgusting fucking ape. Some more iron key over the wall. Like, these players are retarded, man. This, like, they refuse to take a free Baron. But your mom is contagious. Look at this ape. Your mom is salvation.
A little bit closer.
Everybody is so clueless in this game, including the enemy team. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, isn't it? It's so bad how you just have to play this game mindlessly. It's the only way to play.
little bit closer. This will be fun.
Time, run. Too easy. Patience separates good pieces from dead ones.
Mate, are you behind on the VOD? You're still on the sneaker debate part. This YouTube VOD system is so weird. It's like, now I understand why Twitch has it the way they do, where you can't just rewind on the VOD in real time. Because it fucks up viewer attention, viewer connection when they're like behind on the VOD and they don't even realize it.
A little bit closer.
But they can watch the later previous part of a VOD and comment on it in the chat. Like, that makes it so weird.
This will be fun.
It's like the Internet Explorer meme.
Here we go. Now you see, now you don't. The joke's on you.
Wait, my smite? Didn't I smite?
This will be fun.
Crop take? What crop take? Cat on or in it?
Like that, by no means at all.
Why?
I really
take
think it should be
puss.
pretty obvious why.
I don't know why. I'm asking you.
Even I know where you're going with this because I've heard this argument from another streamer before about like the ethics of incest. If they don't have a kid and thus don't pass down like bad genes that lead to a bad child. I've heard this before.
But I want to hear your answer, because are we going with legal or are we going to follow some sort of morality, sort of consistent morality? Why is incest wrong?
Incest is wrong because I believe that no family dynamic should ever include a sexual relation.
Why?
I don't think that. Because it is not healthy. It is a bad thing to do. It is
a
horrible thing to subject someone to.
But why is it horrible? Because who told you that?
It's what I believe.
Does he not know about that royal family in, where is it, UK? What was it? Habsburg family or something? This guy, dude. It's like when it comes to historical knowledge that benefits his argument, he will know all about it. When it comes to historical knowledge that doesn't really benefit his argument, clueless. Why? What is it? Okay, dude.
And also, if you do have a child with your own kin, the child suffers.
Okay, but say it's two brothers, two gay brothers, Chris Tyson and other Chris Tyson and Chris. If they're two brothers and they decide to be in a no, genuine question. It's what you believe in. I want to figure out where your beliefs come from. You personally believe that.
My beliefs come from a place of what I believe to be moral, where I don't believe that anyone in the same family has any position to be romantic with one another. I don't think that's a
your
healthy
morality
dynamic.
comes from yourself?
My morality comes from like the world around me. I don't have.
Okay, so if the morality comes from the world around you, then by your logic, if you lived in America in the 1800s where the age of 10 was okay and where the age of 7 was okay in England just 200 years ago, if you followed the world around you, that would be okay. That was fine.
And it's not now because we've evolved past then. Like
Right.
we are significantly further along to recognize this was a bad thing. People evolve. Like people like here we'll go even stupider with this.
So your morality,
Like the
morality is ever changing. It changes with
yes,
people.
Morality is changing. Like you are not born and then stay the same the entire time. As you take in more information, as you grow, so does your understanding of the world. That's how it should be.
Let's see where this goes.
Let's see where this change.
Okay, let's say we continue this, and morality is ever changing. And then you, most critically, you're living in America, and now everyone around you now believes incest is okay, as long as you don't have a child that's going to come out deformed. You have.
Then I would disagree with it.
So your morality does not come from those around you. It comes from somewhere. If your morality comes from around you, you would agree with everybody that's there. You would agree with the government. You would agree with the law of the land. Where would you get?
Everyone has their own individuality.
Individuality has nothing to do with morals. Your personal,
it does, because your morals are formed from your personal experiences and from what you take in around you from the people around you.
Okay, but if you take it in from the people around you, then incest would be okay if everybody was doing it.
If you personally didn't agree with it, it wouldn't be. Like if you want, like I don't know why you're doing the argument a little incorrectly, but I know where you're trying to go. But the point is, like the fact of the matter is, people will always have their own perspectives on things, unless, of course, you just follow what you are told 100% of the time. Like for you, you're pushing back against the age of consent because you don't like being told that this is what it is based on this. You believe that, well, actually, there's a couple other extenuating circumstances in these cases.
That's not what I believe in. My belief comes from something that's consistent. It comes from the Islamic way. It comes from the Islamic way because nothing else makes sense. The Western way is always adapting, and now we allow people to change their genders, something that was admonishable only 10 years ago. See, you're following the ever-changing morality. Only 10 years ago, a man becoming a woman was a mental illness. It was something that was shamed upon. 10 years ago, if Chris Tyson was going on a Mr. Beast video and he was there dressed up like a girl, and he was saying that I'm taking puberty blockers, hormone blockers, everybody would admonish him. In a lot of places, he would be excommunicated. He would say, absolutely, I do not want kids to take hormone blockers and change themselves forever. But today, that's allowed. Today, that's pushed. Today, that's okay. And then everybody else kind of falls into suit. There are a small minority of people in the West, people that believe in God, they say that this is absolutely wrong, and then they get banned for it. You can't follow the people that are around you, the ever-changing morality.
You can't follow a line of questioning. You keep going off onto these tangents. Look, at the end of the day, man,
it's not a tangent.
You can believe whatever you want to believe, but the point is, people are always going.
No. You cannot believe just whatever you want to believe. You cannot.
You are doing.
If you believe bestiality is wrong, you should not be in society. If you believe incest is okay, you should not be within the community. You should be excommunicated. These are things that there's some certain morality that should supersede the government. That should supersede something. The government should not.
The age of consent for you?
It's not the age of consent. It's
you should stay on topic here. Because
I'm staying on topic.
What you are doing is you are deflecting to other topics. You have still not directly said that you think it is a bad thing for an adult to marry a child. Like, you are still unable to say that. Now,
but you haven't even defined child.
I have. My definition is anything under 18.
That's exactly what a child is.
Yeah, I think that is a great line in the sand. If you are under 18, you are a child.
It's not a great line in the sand. But that's not even the definition of child. You're going off of your own definition.
Dude, who cares about... It's not... The topic is not even about being a child or not. The point is to not wanting to sleep with a minor. Which is... by today's definition, someone under 18? What is he arguing against?
Why? If 18 is the established point, you are out of high school going to college. If that is the point where everyone has agreed you are an adult past this point, why argue against it?
Why argue? Because if the government decides to push the age of high school...
Why does it specifically say child? It's like under 18 is still underage. What's so hard to understand?
If they tried to lower it, if they said that you can vote at a different age, then your morality changes based off of the law. And I'm saying that you need to have a consistent morality.
It doesn't. Laws don't always mean the right or good or morally correct. What the fuck is the...
That does not change with the government, and that does not change with the people that live in your country. It has to supersede that. You can't just say because of high school, because of college, this...
You want to supersede the age of consent where it's 18, but not in places where it's much lower, which that should be more concerning than it being higher. But he's making the argument of, what if Kamala Harris makes a 25 age of consent? That's what he was saying earlier. That is his issue, is when it's higher, not when it's lower. Because he wants it to be lower. Because to him, 15 is not a child. It's like, mate, you're fucked.
This is the set in stone age forever.
Okay, I want you, Sneeko, to set an age in stone right now for the age of consent, age of marriage. What is that to you?
I told you that there is no age of marriage. It has to be based off of maturity, and it has to be based off of whether it's going to be harmful, and it has to be...
How do you want to put that into a law, you fucking dumbass?
Off the consent of the parents, it has to
be
healthy.
That?
If I want to marry a girl, I have to first ask her father. I have to ask her brother.
And the father's perfect. The father knows what's best for the child at all times.
And I have to ask her mother, and the daughter has to consent. If all three parties are consenting, and then my family's consenting, that's fine. That's what a marriage should be based upon. Okay.
All that happens, and it's a 14-year-old. Now what?
If the 14-year-old is mature, and I'm 16, say I went through puberty as well,
you're not 16,
and I'm 17 or I'm 18. See, the problem with this is that you have a specific idea of where the age is. But if I'm 17 and I'm mature, and I meet a 14, a 15-year-old, and I'm okay, I'm mature, my family's okay, I asked her daughter, I asked the daughter's father for the hand of marriage.
You're in your 20s.
I went on this already. I went on this already.
Does it change?
Your scenario earlier was if a 16 and a 21-year-old, if both parties were if the father was okay with it, the mother was okay with it, why not? Give me a reason why that's... Tell me a reason why that's wrong. Because you're getting...
One is a child, one is not a child. That's the point. So the 14-year-old, all of those criteria we just checked, you're in your 20s.
The definition that we just agreed upon, that's not true. Child is somebody that is not physically mature yet. It has nothing to do with 18.
That's not what we agreed upon. We agreed upon 18.
You agreed. No, we didn't agree with that.
Treated 18.
That's not true. That's not true across the whole world.
Like, sensible people, even your own community.
It's like, dude, the thing is, it's not just about when it comes to what is an acceptable age to do whatever, right? It's not just about marriage or whatever. It's also drinking, driving, all that. They all have a certain fucking age to them for obvious reasons. What is he gonna say? Oh yeah, fuck all those laws. Like, is he gonna argue against all those laws and give a 15-year-old alcohol and let him drive?
Just a little bit closer.
most part. So I've seen
Because
a
in
lot
his
of the
eyes,
tweets
it's not
where
a
you go on these
child.
tangents. Most people
But
say it
law
should
is
be 18,
law.
and Sneako's
One.
arguing that parts of the world are different, so it gets muddy. But the agreed upon for the majority of
Why
people
exactly
is
does he
18.
want to supersede a law
That's not
like
true.
So
that?
under
That's
For
just not
what
true across the
reason?
world.
If he's not trying to be a PDF
you see
about
when you
it?
argue against that, why it looks so weird. Do you
Okay.
understand that?
Yeah, I
Why
understand.
even argue against it? It's so dumb.
Because
You're
people have been
fucking, like-
brainwashed with this. Okay, let me ask you this: people
Calling
in
it
Europe.
brainwashing is concerning.
Okay.
No shit, people are
Is
gonna
there-
call him
people,
PDF and
so
shit
the
over
majority
this
of
kind of
Europe is
stuff.
16. Is everybody in Europe who abides by that, who abides by the law, are they pedophiles?
Yeah, in my
They are?
eyes, 100%. And
Okay.
in European society, too.
Fine.
If you have someone in their 20s that is fucking and marrying a 16-year-old, they, too, are excommunicated.
No,
from
not
society,
excommunicated. Are they
even though it's
are they
technically
pedophiles?
legal. Yeah, I would say yes.
They're pedophiles. Okay, so,
Absolutely.
the majority of people that follow the law in Europe are pedophiles according to Moist Critical.
If
Yes,
they
sir.
are
It's,
in
What is he saying? I mean, yeah, you have different laws in different places, but that doesn't take away from the fact that even if the law is low in other places, that doesn't make it any more right. Again, he's trying to make the opposite argument, trying to argue from both sides, just for the sake of saying that age of consent should be lower than what he, or in his fucking views than what it is being 18. Or where the general consensus is. It's not even about the law. It's just that's where the general public consensus is, isn't it? So the main argument, the main point is not even about what the law ultimately says. That's where the general consensus is, man.
The joke's on you.
This guy. This is the guy that was proudly talking about how he got cucked, by the way. Are we really gonna let a cuckold argue over age of consent?
Here we go. Look behind you.
Someone who's been cucked and said Cuties is a good movie. Yeah, we should ask him. Yeah, we should let him do the say what's a good age of consent. I mean, if he were to actually answer without being worried about backlash or whatever, clearly he would say something like 15, if not even lower.
A little bit closer.
Who raided your mom?
Till I die. The joke's on you.
This guy has heal on mid lane. Mate, if you have a problem with age of consent being 18 or the general consensus, that you have issues.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Predators trying to justify creepy behavior? Exactly. It's predatory as fuck to be making these kind of arguments. He even said, oh, it's not even about the girl's consent, as long as the father is okay with it. What the fuck? Predatory as fuck, man. I guess the only fucking part of this debate where Moist Critical looked bad is about the trans question. Did he, you know, kind of went over top with the answer? Isn't that what everybody's fucking... Like, I was trying to look up the debate on YouTube and I'm seeing a bunch of react to it, a bunch of reactions to it. And they're probably all just reacting to the part of Moist Critical where I say that, instead of what the Sneeko guy is saying non-stop. Are we doing anything, team? Are we doing anything? I feel like consent comes on into question when the individual is 18. I mean, yes, because anything before that is a no-go anyway. But he's trying to make the argument for both in that. He's saying, one, the age as a whole should be lower, and two, consent to him doesn't even matter. What the fuck? What is bro saying, man? He's like, yeah, in Islam, it's like, mate, you're not even, like, you pretend to be a Muslim, you're not even. I hardly doubted that he's actually practicing any religion, man. And he's trying to make these arguments and say, yeah, that's what my religion tells me. It's like, what the fuck are you saying? He's doing so much harm, he has no clue. Talking like we're living in medieval times. Soon he will start making the argument that we should start burning witches. That's just retardation, man. Do you guys think Sneeko does prayers every day? Do you? Do you think he doesn't do any drinking, drugs, or any of that? Or premarital sex? I guess he's too busy being cucked, so maybe he isn't doing that one. But dude, it's so fucking bad. These types of wannabe religious fanatics, when they're clearly just in no way religious, but then they wanna make arguments as if they're religious, and be like, that's my. It's like, dude, the level of dishonesty. You're not killing that. I forgot to go crit AD again. Are you fucking serious? Go next. Go fucking next. The fact that the stride didn't hit that for the movement speed. This bot lane is so fucking worthless. Fucking yikes, man.
The joke's on you. Embrace the cosmos. Sit down. Now you see me. Now you don't.
That is so hilarious. It's so hilarious.
Up the mountain we go. This will be fun. Just a little bit closer. This out.
We can go next.
Just a little bit closer. March, 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 march.
Is Jin an early game champion or late game champion? Would you guys say Jin falls off late? Or is it that he spikes late? Because his early mid game already seems kinda strong, right? Is he more of an early game champion? Isn't he even stronger late game?
The joke's on you. Feel with me. Yeah. A little something from Tartar. Just a little bit closer.
That's so hilarious. Falls from mid to late, is it really? But I feel like Jin ever feels weak in the game. Kate, for example, has shit early, but probably one of the best late game AD carries. Same for Kai'Sa. But Jin, I feel like he doesn't really feel any stronger late game given how strong his early mid game is.
Here we go. Now you see me. Now you don't.
These brand stunts, man. I gotta bring back the Jackshaw build. Why did I even stop building that? It's still the same item. Yeah, for this build I should stick to the Jackshaw of the Stride and Twist the Rocks probably, or Tallbreaker. If I'm gonna go Bruiser.
This will be fun.
Oh yeah, he's not a hyper carry, I guess.
It's a yes or
If they are
no.
an adult fucking an under 18-year-old, even if it's 16 legally, I would say yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. In America, the majority of the states, it's 16. Are those people who follow the law of the land, are they pedophiles for following the? So the majority.
You keep saying the law of the land.
That's what it is. The majority
It's
of
not.
states, it's 16.
If I want you right now, Sneeko. If you go to any of those states where it's 16 and you fuck a 16-year-old, it's statutory rape. It is still statutory rape. It doesn't apply. That's not what that means. That's not how that works.
We went in circles. The Romeo and Juliet laws don't apply for most people. And even without that, even without the Romeo and Juliet laws, if it was 16 and all the countries that are 16, are those people pedophiles?
As I just said, yes.
Okay.
In those countries too.
Okay.
These.
So, but do you realize what you're saying? What you are saying,
in those countries,
most people who follow, what you're saying, based off this logic, most people in the world are pedophiles if they follow the law.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
If the law is under 18, I would say yes.
Okay. So, but that's not the law because the most of the world, as we established, most of the world is not 18. So you're saying if the majority of the world follows the law and they exercise their rights, they do exactly what they're good citizens and they follow the law where it's 16, you are saying the majority of the world contains pedophiles. Even if they don't even act upon it, even if they agree that, okay, one day, maybe I could, out of wedlock, I could fuck a 16-year-old.
Because those
just
don't
the
apply.
thought.
But yes, if there is an adult, as I've said many times, if there is an adult, and I am defining an adult as someone who is...
We know.
We'll go deeper. We'll make it even simpler. Your age. If there is someone that is your age, and they are fucking a 16-year-old...
Why my age now?
I thought it was 18.
I thought it was 18.
I just gave a number because you were...
But you gave a number earlier.
18.
You said 18.
18. Yeah, I was just trying to make it easier. 18. If there is an adult that is fucking a 16-year-old, even in a country where it says 16 is okay, then yes, absolutely. Now, in the case of the 18, 16-year-old, that's where Romeo and Juliet kicks in. But if it is someone in their 20s, in their 30s, fucking a 16-year-old, that is literally statutory rape in pretty much everywhere in the world.
Right. Based off your logic, you realize this, that if a 19-year-old has sex with a 17-year-old, they should go to jail. They're pedophiles.
That is Romeo and Juliet, unless it's an 18, then yeah, wait till they're 18.
Okay, but a lot of states don't even have Romeo and Juliet. In Europe, they don't have that. The places, your Romeo and Juliet is an American thing. And in Europe, a lot of these places, if a 19-year-old has sex with a 17-year-old, your logic, they should go to jail. Is that true?
Yeah, I think it is absolutely going to be one of those things where there is an agreed upon age. If it's 18, it's 18.
So yes,
follow it.
a 19-year-old in a relationship with a 17-year-old should go to jail.
Well, no, okay. I guess like I said, it will all depend on where that is located. So to give an example, Call Me Carson and that, I think it was a 17-year-old, I think he was 19 and 17. Like, that could be a high school relationship. And I don't remember where that took place, but the big problem there is apparently he was getting nudes. That's child porn. Like, that's a huge issue. 19 and 17, that's only a 2-year age gap. So that is applicable under things like Romeo and Juliet. So even if it is under 18 in the place you come from, that's an extenuating circumstance. But that's not what we're talking about. You keep bringing it back down to reasonable places. But what you argue for is things like when you legally can drive, you can legally get married and have sex.
Yes, when you are physically mature, when you're ready to drive a car, you should be able to. There's a lot of people that have jobs that need to do things. A lot of people aren't ready to drive cars. They're not physically, they're not mentally mature yet to drive a car. They shouldn't drive a car at 16. It should be based off maturity. The same thing has to do with sex. The reason I keep saying this is because you have these set in stone numbers, and if you were to lay the law of the land, if we follow your laws,
why is this even a
if we follow your criteria, a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old, he's consenting, she's consenting, the parents are happy, they're happy, they want to get married, they're ready to go, you're putting them in jail. That doesn't make any sense. Because of this,
Romeo and Juliet kicks in. Like, I don't know what's hard to understand about that. Places where that doesn't exist, I guess I'm not too familiar with how those. A lot of
places they don't. A lot of places they don't, and this is why it's arbitrary. So and based off your standards, when is the Romeo and Juliet? How long can that extend?
Those are teenagers. A 17 and a 19-year-old, those are both teenagers.
Okay, now they're teenagers, but you just said 18 was an adult.
Yes. They are.
You see how the definitions keep changing? They keep changing. So far in this conversation, you changed it so many times. You said 18's an adult. No, you said, but listen, because you did. I heard you double up a couple times. I
know what you're going to harp on here.
No, you did. You said 18's an adult, and then you said adults like you. Because you think 25's an adult now. Because that's when you're. Why? So why is it? Let me ask you this.
18
why
is an adult.
Why is it not 20? Why is it not 25?
It's because that's not what was established. Like,
no, I'm asking you because you believe in personal beliefs. I believe in some. My morality comes from the Quran. You believe in personal beliefs. Why is it not 25? 25 is when the frontal cortex is fully developed. That's when you're done maturing.
I couldn't tell you why it's not 25. I have no clue. I don't know why the drinking age is 21. I don't know. But they are agreed upon rules.
They're agreed upon rules, just like the drinking age, just like the voting age. They're agreed upon rules, and a lot of them don't make any sense. Why is drinking 21?
18, but I do think 18 does. There is a good reason for it.
Oh, they
You
do
are
bring
out
up
of
the
high school.
drinking
You are
age
going
and stuff.
to live on your own. You're going to college. I think that is a good reason.
Yeah, maybe
And I think-
maybe in the 1980s, but nowadays people don't leave the house until 24, 25, until they're my age. A lot of people don't. People are not financially ready. People are still immature. There's 18-year-olds I know that are more mature than people my age, and there's 25-year-olds that are more immature than 18-year-olds. It's arbitrary now. It depends on personal experience. It depends on individual maturity.
But there needs to be something defined in your rule here.
And I'm
there's
saying
nothing
there is something defined. I'm saying there
A
is.
14-year-old, in your definition, could literally marry an adult. That's a problem. In your world, a 14-year-old can marry an adult.
Yeah,
if
in
the
my
parents
world,
consent.
two 14-year-olds can be adults. I'm telling you,
What the fuck? Why don't you see why that's weird?
two 14-year-olds. You don't think that two 14-year-olds can be married?
No, absolutely not.
What the
no,
fuck is he-
under no circumstances
what
do I
is
think
he
two 14-year-olds
saying?
can marry.
Can two 16-year-olds
Let
be married?
alone a 14 and a 20-year-old or whatever.
Okay, can two
Absolutely not.
16-year-olds be married?
Man.
No, I don't think two
Why
16-year-olds
is it
can be married.
wrong if so a 16-year-old, because the age of consent is across the world, so many places 16, if they can go have frivolous sex with a lot of people, if they can go fuck around, if they can do deviant things, if they can change their gender, why can they not get married? Sex change, like Chris from Mr. Beast, these people could take hormone
You
blockers.
harp on that so much.
Listen,
Just focus,
you're not listening. This is the point. You could take hormone blockers, you could take puberty blockers, okay, when you're a child. When you're 16, you can go change your gender, but you can't get married? Why is that?
What that's I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty obvious question.
No, it's not.
There are
It's not. See, if you cut your penis off, like Chris from Mr. Beast, if you cut your penis off, that is a life-altering decision. You can't.
Wait, did that guy do that? She do the surgery report? Did he? The Chris Tyson guy? You don't know who Moist Critical is? Do you not use YouTube? It's impossible to not know who that is if you're on YouTube, man. I mean, I guess he didn't just say they should be able to get married. He said 14-year-old can be an adult. Mate, what the fuck?
Just a little bit closer. Now you don't. Here we go.
What is happening? So you must have skipped Wolves or Grump. Oh wait, I forgot I'm AP not AD. Are you fucking serious? This might be the last game for today. That is the funniest part. So people like Sneeko will make the argument of, oh, what when they are 17 and 364 days, is it still illegal if age of consent is 18? They will say that, and then in the same breath be like, you know what? Even a 14-year-old is an adult. Mate, just say you're a PDF. It's much less work. Just say it. If we're gonna talk that much about it and say all this insane shit, just say you're a PDF, man. Holy shit. What a weird topic to obsess over. I mean, the level of self-report.
The joke's on you.
Right-wing incels. It's just, yeah, that's what the world needs. Right-wing incels. But what about the eggs? What about the eggs? Mate. Holy shit, the level of brain damage and mental illness. Oh god. Is he gonna bring that up too? I mean, most likely he will. Will he talk about female eggs? Surely he will. People already fucking typing it in my chat. Won't say who. Won't say who. Fucking weird. Fucking incel. It's incel. Dude, do you consider yourself an incel? Do you at least like accept, like, do you at least just, if when you say stuff like that, do you at least like have the level of self-awareness? Or do you think it's like just normal shit to say?
Look behind you.
Incel stands for involuntary. So you're saying you are cel, but without the in part, but you're celibate. Involuntary or not, so you at least you have that self-awareness that you are. That you get no bitches. At least you. But then that's the ironic part. So you get no bitches, but you wanna talk about their eggs. Like that matters in any way to you. Like you wanna make the argument marriage should be possible at younger age because eggs, the quality of their eggs, what you're typing in my chat. But you're celibate. Make it make sense. As long as I don't find a compatible wife, yes. So one with high quality eggs. Is there a measurement system behind that? How do you determine whether they're compatible or not? Whether their eggs are high enough quality. How do you determine that? Do you ask them to take tests and send it to you? Like a job application? Looking good, team, looking good. Team, it's looking good. Team, it's looking very amazing.
Just a little bit closer.
What with the obsession with X? I mean, that's the one argument that people wanna argue for a younger age of consent make is, oh yeah, at younger age, at older age, women lose their eggs quality. Like, that is unironically an argument a lot of right-wing incels make to justify a younger age of consent, basically. Because they don't have many arguments to make, so that is the one thing they cling on. Which is weird as fuck. They pretend like they're Genghis Khan, they're gonna reproduce with all the women. So they need the bestest eggs. It's like, what? Mental illness. But how mad is this Kaisen? Chicken eggs? Oh, I do too. Very good nutrients. Do you eat chicken eggs to consider, or are you only full carnivore? Raw carnivore in it. If I find one, then I take her. If you, mate, I've told you, if you find one that is compatible for what you expect, good luck, man. Good luck. Local farm bang.
Just a little bit closer.
Frogs lay eggs, and you eat them, Plodny? You eat frog eggs? How do they taste?
This will be fun. Joke's on you. Just a little bit closer.
You wanna protect your family from the government.
Supersonic stars!
Aren't you a Trump bootlicker? A self-confessed Trump bootlicker? Wait, so you're pro-Trump because you think he's anti-government? Since you're anti-government? To the point that you would protect your family from it. Wait, so I just realized, do you think Trump is anti-government? You do know people like Trump are the highest form of government, right? And the most evil, the most harmful one, an authoritarian one. You do understand his vision of governance. You do get that. Holy fuck, you make so little sense, it's crazy, man.
Just a little bit closer.
Be it from the soul, like whatever topic, you just... I'm paying so little attention to this game, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. I want him because he's funny guy, entertaining. I mean, we all know you want him. We know that. We know you definitely want him. I'm gonna play the song for you. Just for you. What the fuck? Where is it?
Here we go.
It's Donald, not Trump.
I hate blacks. I hate Spicks. I hate Jews. I hate Chinks.
The song was made
I
for
hate
you, man.
Arabs. I hate Mongoloids.
I want him. I want him. Trump.
Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. I'm voting for Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Okay, calm the fuck down. You don't need to do that. Okay, the lyrics is fucked, but you don't need to do that.
Make me kinda hard about it. Donald is the best. I wanna suck his dick. I love his red face.
I want
love his
him.
juicy tits. Wanna cuddle up on the couch with you,
Grinder
Donald Trump.
Premium.
Maybe watch a couple movies or some Hulu. I wanna text you every day and night, Mr. Donald Trump. Maybe send a couple nudies. Hey, what you doing? I wanna lick you down head to toe, but I promise I won't touch the hole unless you want me. I saw you for the first time on the TV. I thought maybe me and you could get kinda freaky. Yeah, hit that G-spot, stick your pinky up my asshole. And if you like it, maybe you could try it too. If one finger ain't enough,
Skirt.
we could go for
I
two.
want him.
Maybe use a gerbil or a gopher too.
Bro said I want him, dude.
With a strap on. Make me come without using my hands on. I love you, Donnie. You make me cry. Come in my mouth. Come in my eyes. Come in my ass. Come on the tip.
I agree with the lyrics. Yeah, we know you do.
My tip.
We know.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. I love you, Donnie. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Let me see that ass, Donnie. I just wanna feel your pulse with my pinky in your asshole. You can be my pinky ring from the dollar store. Donald, I know you want me. I know we're perfect for each other. I know
Ooh, the
you're
pinky
alone
and
and you
asshole,
need
man.
somebody who understands you, and I understand you, Donald. You also need someone who knows how to hit that G-spot. That wife ain't doing shit.
I want him. He's so entertaining and funny. I want him. Right. That's the gayest shit I've read today. Worst team? Where team? No team? Why? Why no team? Holy fuck. Oh man, this is spicy. I wonder what's goes on in the mind of Melania. You mean Melania Trump? Holy fuck. Aren't they divorced? Do they still pretend to be together? They're probably divorced, aren't they? You never see them together anymore. Ivanka Trump is they all have distanced stem cells after he lost since. The thing is, I watched this Colbert show, Stephen Colbert, alright, on that from a couple days ago, on that JD Vance guy being the new running mate, and they showed a clip asking, the interview asking Trump, why did you pick JD Vance as your VP, or as your running mate? And he says, he understands me better than anyone else, or... What did he say? Wait, let me find the video actually. So good.
Welcome to the Late Show, everybody. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a powerful message, and it applies to so much. Women's rights, not going back. J.D. Vance. Traditionally, after the conventions, the VP boosts the favorability rating of the ticket. But according to the polls, J.D. Vance is the least liked VP nominee in decades. He's even more unpopular than Grover Cleveland's running mate, Eustace T. Baby Puncher.
Oh, here we go, here it is.
Women, and he's terrible on the stump. So a lot of people are asking, why the hell did Trump pick him in the first place? And Trump has a very Trump answer.
He liked me maybe more than anybody liked me.
Really? Really?
He picked him because he liked him more than anyone
Trump
else.
More than anybody else? Is that true?
That's Euro politics.
Yes, of course.
There you go, speaking of Melania. Holy shit, that's so perfect. To be picking your running mate based on who likes you the most, or pretends to do, because again, this JD Vance guy himself in 2016 called Trump America's Hitler. Does Trump not even know about that? Does he not have a memory? Did he forget about it? Like, would any of you pick somebody as your running mate when they called you Hitler? And then 4 years later you're like, no wait, holy shit, 8 years later. To say, that's my running mate. The guy that called me Hitler. Because he said he liked me. That is so bizarre. Consider you have a good chance of becoming as a running mate too with that attitude, man. You should go tell Trump how much you want him. Maybe he picks you as his running mate or his VP. Vote for the likable one, not the sensible one. I mean, yes, narcissists like that are so easy to be taken advantage of, because all they want is people liking them. So that is why people like that end up being surrounded by yes men. Because all you have to do is suck up to them. That's how it works in a lot of businesses, in politics. Even in schools, something that I hated is that all the students would suck up to the teachers and be treated better and get better grades. And because I didn't do any of that, not only because I was antisocial and shit and too shy for it, and something I don't do to suck up to people to get their approval. So like, wouldn't be treated like many other students wouldn't be treated as well as the students that sucked up to them. Alright, but you see that everywhere in the world. You suck up to people, you get to their good sides, and then they pick you as their running mate. Even if you call them America's Hitler some years ago. Just gonna be a yes man. A spineless yes man. Or in other words, a sycophant. Trump said I need the biggest gobble possible for VP. I mean, that was supposed to be Mike Pence on the first term, right? And it ended up with Trump trying to kill him because he went against Trump by following the law when he lost. So insane, man. So again, in that retrospect, for Trump to now say on his latest speech that, oh, vote for him and then you will never have to vote again. All those people trying to say, oh, he was talking about somebody else, it's out of context. It's not. Even Elon Musk was fucking defending it, I saw earlier today. It's not. It's very clear what he's saying. Such a wannabe failed dictator, man. Can't even be good at being a corrupt politician. Can't even. It's like, holy fuck. He's not even good at being bad, you know what I mean? Or who cares? Consider says he wants him, so Trump for president. Because entertaining or something. To be also basing your political views and who you would vote for based on how entertaining they are. What the oh god. That is unironically a big part that's also wrong with politics. A lot of people unironically think like that. You're like, that guy's funny, yeah, he got my vote. Who cares if he's a fascist? Not that a lot of them also don't agree with this fascism, also. Oh, he also said on his new speech, he said he's gonna give full immunity to all police cops when he's elected, so they can do their jobs better, more efficiently. Mate, I'm telling you, if Trump wins, America is not surviving that. Like, he's going all out with the fascism. He's not even hiding it or pretending. He's so desperate he picks somebody who called him American Hitler as his running mate, who's not even good, or is gonna fucking, if anything, diminishes his popularity. That's so insane, but that's how desperate he is with it. He's not even good at being bad. You know what I mean? He's so incompetent he can't even make a good dictator, man. A good dictator. But that's also to the credit of American system being more sophisticated against a takeover like that by one dictator. Because he's definitely tried even in the first term. But he's making it very clear this time, second term, if he's elected, he will make sure he does it right. If you know what he means. Promoted to rank 1, nice. Surely we get to come to Emerald tomorrow. We started with some disgusting games, but at least we end on some wins. 5 wins, 4 losses. 2 Teemo games. Do I gotta switch up the time where I play again? Because lately trying to play early just doesn't do it. It's just full on perma fucking fanboy targeting every game. Today was terrible with the targeting. I mean, again, you see on these Teemo games. Even in games suddenly are more playable again. I don't even know. Barely playable, but at least winnable. So yeah, we get this to Emerald tomorrow. It's like how many games? We still get around 30 LPs, so... Around 12 games, 11, 12 games till Emerald. Why is he pro guns if he wants to be a dictator? Because he benefits from all those vigilante right-wing groups, like Proud Boys and some other ones. Because he wanna use those as his foot soldier. Stand back and stand by. Proud Boys. Oh, he was joking. He was like, that was out of context. He didn't mean that. He's Trumpus, man. But yeah, whatever. That's the last game for today. More climbing tomorrow.